let's watch this video.
Okay, so firstly, hermaphrodite's considered a bit of a slur for intersex people. Hermaphrodite means consisting of both sexes at the same time, so like in snails.
Was a word that was used to describe us, but there was a misunderstanding about what that actually means. Intersex is a person who has ambiguous sex organs and genitalia. Was born basically without any reproductive system at all, no vagina. No, you can't spot us. That's the thing. And that's why we're not really sort of very well known about.
It's just not really seen or heard or spoken about. So you have a penis and a vagina. I mean, I'd love to have both of those things, but I don't. I think it's hard for most people to understand that there's not male, female, vagina, penis, that it's like, that there is a spectrum.
1.7% of the world population is known to be born intersex. I'm not about to walk out into Burke Street and drop my pants and say, hey, look at this.
Klinefelter syndrome is a genetic change that affects only boys. The cause of Klinefelter syndrome is unknown. It can happen in utero while the baby is being developed, and we have no understanding of what exactly leads to that type of a change in the chromosomes. The child may have some changes in their physical appearance, whether it's undescended testicles or sometimes tall stature, or the inability to go through puberty like their peers. And so
we generally have to help them with that by using hormones such as testosterone to help them progress through puberty.
Most people have heard of the word hermaphrodite. When we just say intersex, it's the modern word for hermaphrodite. Because hermaphrodite's a bit of a mouthful. I look like a male, I behave like a male, and I dress like a male because that's the gender I've been brought up in. Right. To all intents and purposes, that's the gender I was born into.
Upbringing, and thus subjective, objective, not an opinion, not mutable.
Klinefelter syndrome affects around 1 in 500 men. Yet because of the taboo surrounding intersexuality, it's little known.
And vastly underdiagnosed.
When people say, what size are you? I'll say, small dick, no balls. Right? And if they still want to talk to you, then they're worth talking to. All through my life, the fact that I had a small penis drove me to the edge of suicide. Right? Because it was tiny. You're talking when fully erect, about 1.5 inches. You know, I make jokes about having difficulty finding my genitalia, but when I was 14, that was true. Because my penis retracts inside my body. It still does it now. Sometimes when I close my legs, what I see is a woman's vagina. And you think, you know, what's going on here? I must have been about 16. I went to my GP and I said, I've got breasts. I didn't actually say it. I didn't say it. I just opened my shirt and I went, right, what can be done about this? And he said, you know, who lose weight? I wanted to walk on the beach with my shirt off. But I couldn't do that because people would say, oh, look at him. He's got tits.
In most cases, the testes
Probably not easy to grow up like that, being so self-conscious and whatnot. But to be fair, a lot of very well-regarded and praised people out there, including presidents, CEOs, people who basically popularized the devices we use today, having this same syndrome.
don't produce enough testosterone for normal male puberty.
I identify myself as someone who's intersex. Who's also gay. Wrap it up and you've got queer.
Klinefelter's isn't inherited. Both are more common in children of older mothers. When Steph and his brother George, who has Downs, were born, their mother was already well into her 40s.
Steph, if you don't have a testosterone, what happens to you?
I'll go into a very deep depression. I'll just stay there. And all the antidepressants in the world would make no difference.
Following diagnoses, doctors prescribed the male hormone testosterone.
Very curious, testosterone isn't prescribed, and testosterone propionate is actually a steroid, not the hormone itself.
Since learning of each other's existence through this film, Paula, Andrea and Steph decided they'd like to meet and compare notes about Klinefelter's syndrome. Because Klinefelter's is little understood by most doctors, diagnoses have led all three to learn as much as possible about their condition. All three have dyslexia and problems with memory.
Memory loss with Klinefelter's, I think.
Memory loss is dreadful.
I know. Without my...
People with Klinefelter's also tend to put on weight around the waist and hips, and to be tall and long-limbed.
Klinefelter's go from about 5'8" upwards.
Yeah.
You know.
I know at Klinefelter's you'll be the tallest of all your siblings.
I know, and I've got long arms.
The tallest of all my
Have you got long arms? Like me? Yeah. long arms. You know, like that. Bigger hands.
Small hands.
What size feet have you got? Oh God!
Your favorite meme lord CEO.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've got bigger hands.
They're not hands, you're
Yeah,
shovels.
that's right. You know, got a big head as well. Come on, it's been nice to you.
Oh, you look after yourself, Andrew.
And it's nice to know there's somebody else around. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to come to Bishop Auckland.
Yeah, you'll have to. You'll have to come down. Yeah.
Paula and Andrea don't see themselves.
You can be extremely intelligent and extremely functional in the real world with such a thing, and that also includes other syndromes. So please know, whatever you have, for as long as you do an animal-based diet, the more natural, more tribal, the better. The more functional you can be, even though you were brought up and raised with a not ideal situation.
As transvestites or transsexuals, but intersex.
She'd be left for her own funeral.
Hey?
She'd be left for her own funeral.
I mean, both of these are males. Who cares what they think? That's indeed
Like others with Klinefelter syndrome, Andrea has small testes. But uniquely, she also has one ovary, and in medical terms is a true hermaphrodite, an extreme...
The most important part of this video: no such thing as true hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites are males. Always males. So if your sister, who's now 40 or 50, has had a penis or whatever when she was born, she was a male. She might pee and be able to have sex with the vagina, but still it doesn't make it anything other than male. And you can see it through the broadness of the shoulders, the split chin, cleft.
The rare form of the condition.
Things started to come out when I was about 25. I actually felt female.
Who cares what you feel? You are a male.
You know, and I wanted to be...
Even though you might have a bunch of extra female genitalia, everything about you biologically, from your bone structure to 100% your brain, is a man. You just are lost.
Male. During the working week, I lived as a man. After that, it was female. Weekends, as much as I could, total weekend where possible.
I mean, to be fair, it's not easy to be in a lot of people's skin. A lot of people just do the best they can with what they have. And yeah, independently of what you might have, what you might blame your parents for, you still have the ability, some space to roam, to decide what you actually want to do with your life. Trying to be more humble, trying to be more grateful, and the only thing you really need to get those two going is to do an animal-based diet as primal as possible. Thanks for watching.